Yo, what's going on, you guys? And welcome back to the Anime Plus podcast. This is your podcast for everything anime and anime related. And today's episode is once again another news edition episode where we go over this week's anime news, sometimes manga, gaming, and entertainment. But if this is your first time here, I'm your boy Aray and with my co-host Own. Own, bro, how you doing, my guy?
Doing good, bro. Doing good. Energized. Low key snacking a little bit right now. Can't lie. Um, but definitely energized, bro. Let's get this shit. What are we doing?
All right, so we got a decent amount of news. It's honestly, bro, it was a very, very slow week, but we got some more interesting stories that we can go more in depth this week, and obviously we'll get to those later on. But this is kind of random on, and it just kind of popped into my head, bro. I've been watching this one anime. It's about, and this is so random, bro, and I didn't think I'd ever watch something like this, but it's about horse racing girls. It's called Ume Musume, and this is something that I did not see myself watching, but somebody in our Discord told us to watch. I was like, fuck it, I'll watch it.
How you?
Long story short, these horses, these racing horse girls are based off of real horses in real life that were like, I don't know, I guess they raced, there were horses that raced like years ago, but blah, 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 whatever, right? And it so happens that Kentucky Derby was literally over the weekend last week. And bro, one of the horses was named Owen the Almighty, bro. And it just reminded me of you, bro.
Ew, bro. I'm a freaking horse. At least I'm a fast one. Fuck it.
Nah, dude, I think it came in like 12th or something like that.
Sounds about right.
Bro, that shit had me dying, bro.
How
Like,
was it spelled?
say it again?
How was it spelled?
Oh, it's Owen. Owen.
Okay, 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 okay.
I know it's not your name, but like I just thought it was funny, bro, because it reminded
God damn, yo. I might need a bet on him.
me.
Or bet against him. Okay.
Yeah, they might need to put that horse down, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Oh my God. Holy shit.
All right. You want to get into the first story for today?
I get it.
All right. As always, we're gonna start off with more of a fun and kind of weird out there story. So we just had the Met Gala, which I personally don't really give a fuck about, to be honest. But there was this one thing that really stood out from the Met Gala, bro. There's this one model named Alton Mason, and he wore a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure inspired outfit. It's based off of the character Giorno Giovanna from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And you can see his fit right here, bro. This is literally a real life version of a JoJo's character. I thought that was fire, bro.
They're gonna need to play him in any type of live action they have.
Yeah.
They got their guy already. Like no need to look any further.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. I thought this was Little Nas X at first, bro. No,
I'm weak, bro. Let me take a closer look. That does look like Lil Nas X.
right?
Why does it look like a fake character?
Bro, I swear that's what Giovanna looks like, bro.
He looks like he's too fake to be real.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But
But okay,
mhm,
so if we go down, right? This what's like an original picture? Can we see like an original picture of the dude?
I got you. Of the guy?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, let's go it.
No, not of the guy, but of the character.
All right, I got you. Um,
Like side by side type shit.
sure. Giorno Giovanna. Okay. God damn, bro. I can't. I can't. So he's got the same heart-shaped outfit.
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
That's the look he was going for.
Heard you. Okay. I mean,
And again, it's inspired, so it's not going to be like a cosplay
yeah.
or of a outfit inspired look.
I mean, super, super. What do you call it? Super accurate in terms of the way he's dressing, the style, the fashion.
Yeah, like the heart-shaped.
Yeah, exactly. I fuck with it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool to see a little bit anime representation in one of the like the biggest fashion shows. Again, I don't know too much about the Met Gala, but as far as I know, it's like where all these celebrities go and they have like these wild, crazy outfits.
All I know is I know my boy Star Khan was there. That's
Oh
all,
yeah,
that's all I know, literally.
that's wild.
I think Kai Cenat was there.
Oh
Maybe,
yeah,
maybe.
I know LeBron was supposed to be there, but he's faking an injury right now, so he's like, I can't come because the injury.
He's making one.
That's what I think, bro.
Damn, bro.
I'm just being a hater.
What's going on in the basketball world, Loki?
We got playoffs, bro. I'm not trying to talk about it right now. Celtics down 2-0, but we're going to bounce back, bro.
Oh, no way. Holy shit, my bad, bro. But
It's not good, bro. It's not good, bro.
you guys got this shit. You've been through worse.
Yes, sir. All
Yeah,
right. You want to move on to the next story?
I get it.
All right, bro. I want to touch up on the Demon Slayer movie, the Mugen Train one, which is coming back to theaters for a little bit. Do you remember how we were talking about this last week? How me and you were both a little bit upset about it, and we are just hoping that they didn't really kind of promote it to be a new movie or whatever.
Pretty retarded, in my opinion. But yeah.
So I guess there is new stuff in there. So part of this movie's screening, they're gonna add a sneak peek of the new upcoming Demon Slayer Infinity Castle film. So there's that new content. It's probably more like a trailer towards the end of the movie, if I had to guess, but at least there is a little bit of content in there.
I mean, if there was nothing, then it would be a complete waste of time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
The fact that they're adding this little part is they're just trying to reel in people that are trying to
Yeah.
get some new content. That's
Yeah.
fucked up, to be
I
honest.
will I will be honest, bro, after this movie, probably within a couple hours after it goes live, we'll probably get that same trailer on Twitter or whatever. So
Exactly. Like,
I'll probably post it, the trailer, the sneak peek on our Instagram, wherever, Discord, before anyone actually ends up finishing the movie or even goes to watch the movie, to be honest.
exactly. Like this is it's honestly just pretty bullshit. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, yeah.
But yeah, I just figured I'd throw that in there in case somebody is going to watch the movie, they can at least know there's that sneak peek in there.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is gonna reel in a couple people for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, for sure. Let's move on to the next one.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna stick with movies for a little bit. So just to kind of look at how some of the anime films are doing as of late, the new Detective Conan film that just came out is still number one in the Japanese box theater. Bro, this is kind of crazy, and I just wanted to note this, bro. This is the ready 28th film that Detective Conan has had.
Are they all canon?
I don't think they're canon, bro. I think
Okay, good.
they're like the One Piece ones.
Perfect. Conan is doing it right, bro. My boy Conan.
Bro, do you know how underrated and overlooked that is, bro? 28 films, bro. Like that's more than One Piece, bro. It's the series has been going as long as One Piece, and it's still number one in Japanese theaters, bro. That's absolutely insane.
Yeah, I mean, 28 films as a whole. Some anime don't even got 28 episodes, bro. That's just
Right.
the fact that it has 28 movies and it's been going on since way back. How long?
Bro, probably before One Piece or right around the same time.
Yeah, which is insane. I know it has like on par as many episodes
Hmm.
with it, so that's impressive as hell that they're coming out with like episodes and then also with movies like this.
Hmm.
Um, damn, bro. You gotta be dedicated to be watching this. And I'm saying this shit as a One Piece fan, bro. Holy shit.
Yeah, bro. I mean, the movie itself has done 10 million in just that first weekend, bro, or I guess third weekend. But bro, like I still can't believe it, bro. Like who's watching 20 of these films? Like I don't know, like maybe it's not canon, it's like you can pick and choose, you can go out like for example, like how One Piece has film red, film gold, and maybe watch here and there. But 28 films is just that blows my mind, bro. That's like a movie a year at this point.
That is actually like a movie a year, if not more, which
Mm.
is which is kind of insane. Plus, they're doing regular episodes, which is absolutely crazy. So, I mean, shout out to Conan O'Brien, my boy. I know it's not Conan. I know it's not Conan O'Brien, but damn, bro, seems like Conan got got the good touch. You know what I mean? Conan O'Brien, Detective Conan. Shish.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I would love to talk to somebody that's watched this series. I don't think I've come across anyone that has. So if you guys have watched this series, join our Discord. Link is in the description. And I just want to know more about the series. Like what's it even about? Like it's obviously a detective series, but like how long is it going for? Is there one specific mystery like like the One Piece, for example? Or is it just like multiple different cases or whatever. I don't know. I literally have no idea. So if you watch the series, definitely let me know what it's about.
How is it that we haven't really found anybody that has watched this series?
Yeah.
Uh, it's been going on for so long. Like that's insane.
There might be two things to that. I think the first is it might be it's just really big in Japan and not overseas. That could be one. And then the second thing is my guess is it's not as widely talked about as One Piece is, and people that do end up spending that much time on it just don't end up talking about the series because like nobody else they don't really have anybody else to talk to it about. You know what I mean? Like people watch One Piece because everyone talks about One Piece.
Yeah, no, I get you. But like, how can a series go on for this long without it being really talked about like that? You know?
Right, right.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. But again, if you guys watch this series, definitely join our Discord, link in description, and talk to us about it.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next story, bro. All
Let's
right,
get.
bro. This one's crazy, bro. We're getting a little crazy out here, Owen. Ready for this?
Yes, sir.
So this is all in writing, or I guess it's not in writing. I guess this is all just speculation. It's been very well documented, but the president of the United States, Donald Trump, is seeking 100% tariffs on all movies that come to the US that were produced on in foreign lands.
Damn, bro.
So obviously this will
Subscription
affect
subscription prices going up?
that's one thing that will happen if this
Hmm.
is passed. But this will affect all animated films, the ones that we've been watching, Studio Ghibli, One Piece films, um, freaking Demon Slayer, even though those are canon, so those prices will all go up if this bill is passed, bro. And 100% tariffs is nuts. So like that could mean that I mean, and again, I'm not like an economist or anything like that, but it to me it just makes me think like, oh, if a ticket is $20, it's going to be $40 now, right? Or maybe it's 45 because the price gets passed on to the consumer. I don't know, bro.
That's what's gonna happen, bro. We are fucked. We are beat, bro. The only way out is AI.
What you mean by that?
We're gonna have to create it ourselves out here, yo.
Yo, that's crazy.
No, no, but look, if that does happen and streaming prices do go up because Crunchyroll has to go up, right?
All right, if they're doing these movies, yeah.
So is it only on movies or is it everything?
This is on movies only.
No, so it's not that bad.
It's not that bad, but then when you factor in that a lot of people love to go watch Studio Ghibli films in theater, or you have to go watch the Demon Slayer or the Haikyuu films because those films are now canon,
True, true.
those fans will get screwed over in a way. We don't know if this would even affect anime films because a lot of the content and stuff is produced like not just in Japan, it's outsourced, and some of it is even done in the US, for example. We don't know how much percent it has to be. We don't know any of that information. It's way too early for that. But again, there's always a worst case scenario, which I guess is one thing to note.
If it's only films, it's not too bad.
Hmm.
I will say Demon Slayer is about to take a fucking we're gonna have to pay a lot to get into the Demon Slayer movies. But
Hmm.
other than that, I mean, if you're trying to become a Pirate King, so let us know, bro. Hop out to the Discord and we'll put you on.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. On some Jayoma shit, bro. It's been a minute since I heard his name.
Aoba,
Jayoma the goat.
bro, I ain't gonna lie though, this is crazy, bro. I would have never thought that like films could be tariffed, bro. Like what?
Bro, that's insane. It is insane.
Hmm.
Like it's not even a physical thing.
Right.
It's literally a digital asset.
Bro, this is crazy, bro. Like I feel bad, genuinely bad. Like if you're going out with like your friends and you just want to watch the new Demon Slayer movie because again, it's canon, bro. The worst case scenario, you might have to fork over almost $50 just to watch it. Not to mention you're going to the theater, you're buying food and stuff. Bro, it's
Oh,
going
and if you're going with like multiple like people, You're
You going
tripping.
with a date, bro? You going with a girl, bro? This shit costs more than a restaurant, bro.
GG's, bro.
Tickets, bro, your clap, bro.
All I know is it might have to be 50-50. I'm joking.
Oh, dude,
It, de-
that's crazy.
it depends on who got asked out on the date, right?
Yeah,
No. There's a crazy controversy on that all the time.
I'm dead.
All I know is, yo, just don't go to the Demon Slayer as a first date. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, oh, dude. All right, you want to move on to the next one?
Yep.
All right. Random story, bro. I came across this one when I was reading some morning news that I usually go through. Bro, Netflix is getting a new look, bro. They're upgrading their app, they're upgrading all their different algorithms and a bunch of other cool stuff. So firstly, bro, what they're doing is they're changing at their navigation, bro, which is whatever, you can have shortcuts to search movies and all that stuff. When you open the phone, they have those like box that you can slide it left to right.
Yeah.
It'd be more vertically integrated or vertically, I guess the way that you look at it is going to be like you can swipe up and down now.
Okay. That's good for mobile.
Okay, that's number one. Now they're also going to have responsive recommendations. So previously, I was reading this earlier that it would be like whatever you search up, it takes like a day or two to implement. But now it's a lot quicker than that. So like if you type in something right now, your algorithm will kind of pick up on that quicker and you'll be able to search out something more faster of something that kind of suits what you're looking for. So remember we did that whole podcast about the mood streaming, bro?
Yeah.
It's gonna be not exactly that, or not even close to that, but it's gonna be similar.
Oh yeah, bro. Half-baked idea ain't so half-baked anymore, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We cook, bro.
Tell you shit. Yo, yo, we might have to look into those other half-baked ideas. Not gonna lie.
I know,
They might be listening in.
but that's what I was saying, bro. When I was reading this article, bro, I saw so you can quickly find something that suits your mood in the moment. I'm like, hey, yo, that's my idea, bro. That's our idea.
Literally, bro. Literally. I think we might need to we might need to take some legal action right here.
And then they have other cool stuff like that too. Like they're doing like a My Netflix hub, which will quote unquote, it's your personal oasis to keep track of all the stuff that matters to you, blah, 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 blah. And then they're gonna have like detailed information about each title. So obviously those are like smaller things, but it's overall like the app will feel different and look different.
I mean, as long as it's smoother, just more efficient, and like I love the mood thing that they're doing. So that
Yeah.
like because you're always in that predicament of like you're trying to eat or you're just like chilling with the boys, and
Mhm.
then we're like, all right, let's put something on Netflix. And then everyone has their own little input. Oh, this movie's ass, this is good, this is like whatever. And then you spend like 30-35 minutes just watching picking a movie before anything, bro. So like hopefully
Yeah.
it reduces that time.
And part of it too is people don't really know what they want to watch. I was reading through another article that 50% of the users that hop onto Netflix to watch something don't know what they want to watch before opening up the app.
That's true, bro, because I'll hop on Netflix and literally like I've watched so many anime because of Netflix.
Hmm.
Like I watched Windbreaker because of Netflix. I watched Sakamoto Days because of Netflix. Haikyuu because of Netflix. I was about to start Free Rent because of Netflix.
Right.
So, yeah, literally.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So with this new algorithm, bro, it might even prompt you to watch more anime or more things. So I'm kind of excited to see it, bro. Like Netflix is obviously known for the algorithm, bro. That's like their core competency. That's the thing that really pushed them, bro. Other than like online streaming being the first one. So for the algorithm to improve, bro, it's gonna be nice, bro.
Oh yeah,
All right, let's move on to the next one.
let's get it.
Right, so we got a little bit gaming news out here, bro. So on the Nintendo Switch, firstly, bro, the original Nintendo Switch just absolutely sold out, record numbers, bro. Supposedly it sold, and this is as of March 31st, since it came out, 10.8 million Switch consoles, bro, which is just nuts, bro. Um, and they're expecting to sell about and this is for the second Switch, Switch number two. They're expecting to sell over, where is it? 4.5 million Switch consoles in the next year.
Switch is still being sold that heavily,
Yeah,
bro. This console's been out for like almost a decade now, right?
bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. 10.8 million in just this year alone, bro, is nuts. And then now they're expecting like 4.5 for the new Switch, bro. They're probably making billions. And then overall, bro, if we want to talk crazy numbers, bro, the Switch itself sold 152 million units.
That's insane, bro. Think about that for a second.
Hmm.
What, like, each Switch costs about $200.
Hmm.
So add that to I mean, multiply that times the amount sold. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, not to mention games too, bro. You can't forget about that.
Do they have to pay for their Xbox Live,
Yeah,
whatever the version
there's
is?
the Nintendo Switch online.
Yo, these kids are getting scammed, bro. All I know is not these kids. We are getting scammed. I bought my nephew's two Switches over the past 2 years. So, like, bro, yeah. If
Bro,
anything, we are getting scammed.
bro, the Switch, bro, is just goated at this point, bro. Like we be talking about how the PS5 is putting up numbers. Nobody's talking about how the Switch put up numbers for real.
The Switch just has a huge appeal compared to like a way broader appeal.
Yeah, easily, bro. They also go over like the high selling games that they have, bro. Like Mario Kart, bro, 68 million copies, bro. Animal Crossing, 48 million copies. Smash, 36 million copies. The Pokemon series, Scarlet and Violet, 26 million. Like the numbers are insane, bro. Almost 1.4 billion units of the software, Switch software has been sold.
Bro, you know who the target audience for this shit is? It's
Ooh,
not these fucking 12-year-olds. It's these fucking 20-year-olds that have Switches that are buying the shit out of every game, bro. When you got the adult money, but you still got the kid mentality. Not even mentality, bro. Once you get that money, then you have a little free time, and you're like, yo, if I want to play a game that I'm not trying to sweat,
yeah,
pick up a Switch game, bro. I
exactly.
also feel like it's like a good couples game too. Like a lot of couples could probably play that together too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I got an extra Switch for my wife so we could play together, and I don't think we've ever played.
Yo, exactly. See what I mean?
Got played, bro.
We no, it's the adults that are getting played.
Hmm. I don't know, man. I'm excited to see what the Switch 2 does. And I probably will cop eventually, to be honest.
100%, bro. No, you 100%. You're copying that shit. What you mean?
So- all right, you want to move on to the next story?
I get it.
All right, bro. So this is kind of a crazy story, and I do a little bit more digging into it. But essentially, Penguin Random House announced that they're signing a new license agreement with Disney that will include manga, novels, reference books, children books, and a few other works. So essentially, what that means is this company has an expanded license agreement where um, they're able to create more manga, more novels based off of Disney works.
What is this Penguin Random House?
I don't know, but supposedly they're like I don't know, they have a license with Disney, bro.
So is there another streaming platform or some shit?
No. They're so this is for manga, so they're probably like a publishing company, similar to.
Oh, okay, okay, I get you.
Yeah, so what they're gonna do is firstly they're gonna like offer more manga based off the Disney work. So there's a couple of new series coming out. So there's a bunch of different Disney manga. So there is Stitch, Best Food Forever, that's coming out later this year. There's the Alice in Wonderland one. There's Toy Story 30th Anniversary Edition. There is Descendants. There is Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas. So obviously that's a bunch of different manga series that are coming out. And then now that they're expanding on their Disney licenses, bro, like they're gonna be stacked. Like we're gonna get like potentially Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar. and the list goes on and on. Like it's gonna be huge at one point.
Look, I kind of fuck with it,
Hmm.
but at the same time, I kind of don't.
Okay.
I feel like that's cartoon shit, right? And people used to clown anime for being anime.
Hmm.
Now you want to fucking put your toes in there while everything's getting, you know,
Yeah.
fine and dandy. Kind of like, kind of fucked up, you know?
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but it's kind of like the that one Chris Brown song where he's like, I don't see how you can hate from outside the club. It's that type of shit where you're trying to join the club, bro, but you're not really in it. But now this company's like, oh shit, like Disney's trying to get into it, obviously. They see the money, bro. Like they have a bunch of series that are getting manga. Like they see it. You know what I mean?
All I know is, bro, we had to take in all the bullshit for you guys to enjoy all the good shit, you know? Pretty fucked.
Yeah. I'm not sure how the manga will go because I'm assuming because Disney probably no matter what will still try to stick to children's stuff. So I'm assuming that the manga will still be like kid friendly. It's not gonna be like a cool twist where like, oh fucking no, like we get like a evil fucking Lilo and Stitch where it gets all like bloody and PG-13, that type of shit. You know what I mean? I don't think we're gonna stick to that. I think it's gonna be more kid friendly.
Exactly, bro. And that's what I don't want.
Okay, I can see that. I
Keep
respect.
that shit in cartoons, bro, if that's what you're gonna do. Like, I don't know, bro. There's a different vibe to Naruto compared to
Mhm.
like a fucking fairy tale. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like
yeah,
there's two different vibes to this shit. And we have like cartoons are known for this. Cartoons are known for being more geared towards kids like this. So keep it that way. That's how I see it.
yeah. I don't know, man. I kind of want to see what direction this takes. If they do everything, they turn everything Disney into manga, I'll kind of be like, that's a little bit too much. But I'm sure there are things that work, like the Star Wars anime. I think that's not bad. But I don't know, man. We'll have to wait and see how this turns out.
Star Wars is a bit different, right? Star
Right.
Wars isn't like fairy tale. It's not like if like for example, let's say the Smurfs got an anime,
Mhm.
that would be weird compared to Star Wars. Is like you got fighting in there. It's like kind of made for like teenagers. It's like it has the same shonen vibe
Right.
personally, but like Beauty and the Beast, you put some shit like that, bro, I'm gonna get tight. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I get where you're coming
that's
from.
how I see it. But yeah,
All right, let's move on to the next one, man.
yep.
All right, so we have unfortunately a hiatus in an anime that's currently airing. It's not to the anime, it is to the manga though. Go Go Loser Ranger is going on another hiatus due to the creator's health. We don't know what's really going on with this creator. We don't know when the series is. Actually, we do know when the series is coming back. It's coming back on June 11th, so it's going to be about a month hiatus. And this isn't the first time. This happened earlier this year as well in February. So hopefully this author, this manga gets better quickly. And Go Go Loser Ranger, the second season has been airing. I've been watching. It's been pretty solid. But I'm just hoping for a quick recovery for this manga.
Yeah, it's always sad to see manga have to like go on hiatus or stop their anime because of like health and sickness issues. Hopefully it doesn't get worse. Hopefully it doesn't escalate. We don't want another repeat of Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
hopefully my man gets better though.
for sure. All right, let's move on to the next story.
Yep.
All right, so this one series called Tokyo These Days, it just won the LA Times Book Prize, bro. I'm not sure what this prize is, bro, but it won it, bro. And LA is in the US, so kind of crazy to see a manga win that type of award.
It won the LA what?
LA Times Book Prize.
Damn, bro. Okay, so what type of other pieces of content is within this like competition?
So supposedly it's no novels, and comics, graphic novels and comics.
Oh shit. Damn, bro. In the
I'm ass-
US, we're taking over? Hell yeah.
So I was gonna say, I'm assuming it's like generally comics, like you know what I mean, like anything like that. Like it doesn't have to be just manga. So I think that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. What manga is this?
It's called Tokyo these days. I can read the synopsis, bro. I ain't gonna lie, the synopsis had me shook, bro. It was a little deep, bro. And I was like, damn, bro, I don't think I get it. But I'll read it. You let me know what you think.
Yeah.
Okay. On his final day as an editor, Shiozawa takes a train he's ridden hundreds of times to impart some last advice to a manga creator whose work he used to edit. Later, he is drawn to return to a bookshop at the request of a junior editor who wants his help dealing with an incorrigible manga creator who used to be edited by Shiozawa and now refuses to work with anyone else. For Shiozawa, Tokyo these days is full of memories and is cocooned in these inescapable bonds among manga creators, their editors, art, and life itself.
Okay.
So it looks like he's trying to leave the industry, but he keeps getting roped back into it, whether it's him giving advice to people, him being put on these side missions to talk with other mangakas that are or editors that are kind of struggling. You know what I mean? That's what it seems like to me. But again, bro, that synopsis I feel like was a little bit confusing for me, bro. But I feel like it's one of those things where you gotta like read more into it and then you kind of know where the direction is. But
Seems like he's doing God's work to me.
yeah, I think it's just a story about him trying to leave the industry and keep getting roped back in.
I think that's honestly pretty like it's a different perspective that you don't see in anime, right? Because it's about anime.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. It's kind of sick.
Yeah, if this ever gets an anime adaptation, I might peep it.
Hell yeah.
Let's move into the next one. All right, speaking of anime adaptations based off of popular mangas, In the Clear Moonlight Dusk is getting a TV anime. Now, you probably don't remember this one, Owen, but I want to say last year we did like the top selling manga of the first half of 2024 or something like that, or second half 2024. And this is one of the series that was actually in there as maybe like the seventh or eighth most popular selling manga. And we sat on it for a little bit and boom, now we're finally getting a TV anime adaptation for it.
How many seasons is this? Or how many
I have no idea, bro. I literally have not read anything other than the synopsis for this story.
all I know is that dude in the white is gonna be deadly.
Nah, bro. So this is not a shonen manga. It looks like a romance. I can read the synopsis and you let me know what you think.
He's gonna be deadly with the women then. That's all I'm gonna say.
Probably, bro. So firstly, the series comes out in 2026, but let's read the synopsis and you let me know what you think.
Okay.
All right. Yo Takiguchi has long legs, deep voice, and a handsome face. So that's a white hair guy, bro.
Type shit.
In other words, Yoi is such a good looking guy that most people don't notice or care that she. Oh damn, never mind, bro. It's not.
It's a girl. Okay.
Girl. So most people don't care or notice that she in fact is a girl. Indeed, she's had the nickname Prince as long as she can remember. That is until she met Ichimura Senpai, the only person who's really seemed to see her for herself. To her surprise, she's not sure how to handle this new relationship, especially when her newfound friend is a prince himself, and a guy prince at that. The story of the two high school princes starts here.
Okay. It seems like a pretty normal love story.
Yeah, yeah. I've actually seen an anime like this where there's like two best friends and the girl likes the guy and the guy just always thought as the girl as a friend and never realized it was actually a girl. He just thought it was the homie. It was more of like a tomboy, and then they find out later on. But I don't want to spoil the plot of that story, but kind of reminds me of that series.
I mean, from the synopsis, it seems very normal.
Yeah.
Um, but it's good that they found, a match.
Yeah. I mean, this series obviously has to be good. Maybe not our cup of teas, but the fact that this was one of the top selling manga of whatever that year was that we did it means it's got to be that popular.
100%. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the last and final story of today. We got another manga getting a TV anime adaptation. It's called The Everyday Life of a 29-year-old middling adventurer.
What?
And
What type of titles are these?
bro, you can tell it's probably an isekai, right?
It
I'll
looks
read,
sick though.
yeah, I'll read you the synopsis. Ready?
Okay.
The manga's story centers on Shinonome Hajime, an adventurer and experienced dungeon delver. When he saves a girl named Ruri from being devoured by a slime monster, he finds out that the girl has been abandoned by her parents and has nowhere else to go. Unable to abandon the girl himself, he decides to take her in and finds out that she's no normal girl.
Uh, wait. So where's the isekai part here?
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't Isekai. I just assumed based off of the name, bro.
Read that. Read it again. One more time. The not the synopsis. The title.
The everyday life of a 29-year-old middling adventurer.
Okay, this shit is kind of sus, bro. Because
I
Ruby looks like she five.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's just like trying to save a little girl, and then I don't know, maybe she's like a demon or like a daughter of like a infamous dude. I don't know. We don't know yet.
I hope so.
I don't know, bro. I might have to see how this looks, but this gives me generic vibes a little
It
bit.
does. It does. It does. It gave me very generic vibes too.
Yeah, even like the art was like, dude just looks like an NPC. He didn't look like a main character. He looks like an NPC.
He looks just like a regular shonen anime character.
All right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, both of them honestly do.
We just have to wait and see how the series goes, but
You know who the small yellow haired chick looks like
ooh,
from Hunter x Hunter? Uh,
yeah,
Kurapika.
yeah, it does look like Kurapika.
Yeah,
Damn, bro, you're right.
it looks just like Kurapika, but just smaller, literally.
Oh, good catch, bro. I like that. All right, I think that's gonna be it for this episode. Again, we had some crazy news, especially in the movie industry with the Terra situation, the Demon Slayer sneak peek, stuff like that, and then obviously we had the cool little Netflix preview stuff. But I think that's gonna be it for this episode. Once again, if you guys did watch Detective Coded, bro, join the Discord, or if you want to talk about any one of these articles or anything in general, just want to vibe with us, do join the Discord. We talk about anime, we talk about manga, we talk about all of these cool, fun stuff. Doesn't have to be anime or manga related. It's just cool and fun hanging out with you guys. So, link is in the description. Join our Discord. But with that being said, I think that's gonna be it for this episode, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace out, Celtics and Six.
Peace.